All right, through my podcast, I am actually baffled with all the comments with the Brooks guy that was killed. No, we're not even gonna go talk about George Floyd because I don't think you need a PhD to know that somebody said they can't breathe and you just didn't care. You left your foot on their neck and whatever. Just another scumbag that died, right? I mean, and they're using the same tactics they've been using for years. You got that lady, whatchamacallit again? I can't even remember her name. And you have David Jones or David Jr. that makes comment. I mean, those people does not speak for blacks. They are appeasing their massa point of views, and there are a bunch of opportunists that use those situations to speak on behalf of African American community and to make money, which is if you look at everything that they have said, it's never been to protect the African American community. It's actually to diminish them. But with this Brooke guy, I am not against police. I don't support defunding the police because I think those funding can actually be used for better training or retraining and some sort. I do not support it. We need the police, even though the police comes from slave patrol. So now they're using the police words for everybody, but more also to actually targeting a certain group of people. With this cops, the problems that I have with it, you have a lot of people, oh yeah, he grabbed the taser, he this, he does that. The taser had already been deployed, so he can't use the taser. That's one. Now he's running for his life. At that point in time, the police had no reason to shoot him. This is use of force and misuse of a deadly force. He was not a threat anymore. Now, the point I'm making is, you had his car that is registered under his name. So you could have easily get him for fleeing, eluding a police officer and get the car impound. Now he has to go get it. Now he's going to receive a letter in the mail that he has to appear in court. So you could have still literally arrest him for a stolen of a taser and fleeing and eluding. So he didn't have to die. So I'm not saying by him at the end resisting, and the cops, he's in it protecting and serve. If the person pulled over and goes to sleep, yes, he did drive. You didn't cut him. Somebody had to call saying somebody was sleeping in their car. So you responded to the call. So technically, you didn't catch him doing anything besides sleeping in his vehicle. So yes, there is ground to say, oh yeah, he was driving impaired. But there's the other part, which would be, all right, give me your keys. Took the keys, called the sister. You could have called the sister and said, hey, you have 30 minutes to pick him up right now. He says, you live right around the corner. You have 30 minutes to pick him up. If not, he's going to jail. There were so many different ways this could have gone if it was really your intention to serve the public. That's what you are getting paid for. That's what our tax dollars are paying for. All right. I'm not against policing at all. I need y'all. I'm against bad police. I'm against bad judgment, because we, the public, don't have that luxury of messing around. Because especially African American, killed us. We get pulled over for a missing blinker, we die. We get called on for sleeping in our vehicle, we die. We get called on for allegedly using a counterfeit bill or wrote a bad check, we die. So we really don't have that luxury. Why you as a human, another human beings, have so much power over my life? Again, I'm not against policing at all. But at the same time, I'm against misuse of force, especially when it comes to African American. We don't have that luxury that other races have. We are alone and fighting for our lives on every different angle. We have no help. So, for the ones that are talking about, oh, he ran and he resisted and this and that. Listen, we are human. We don't make good choices for the most part. None of us do. That's why there is police. None of us does. If we were living in a perfect world, we wouldn't need any police. What would we need it for? If it was so perfect that every human being on this earth make the correct decision and do the right thing at all time, what would be the need for police at that point? There wouldn't be any need. The reason I'm against defunding the police is because we need them to be properly trained and equipped. You know, again, now I'm gonna touch another point. Another point is that a lot of people that have killer mentality and that enjoying the killing, the chasing, the adrenaline of hunting, the only two things they've always done, which is often being in the white culture. The white culture is killing. We've experienced that 400 years ago. I was never there, but the horrific stories, the what you've seen and you've read, it's horrific. And then you goes back to what is a white culture? You know? And then you have nothing to go back to besides killing and hanging and the hatred in the heart of some of these people. Like, it's unbelievable. So again, a lot of this killer mentality, what they do, they join the armies and the police and stuff like that, because that's the one place that they can go out and kill without any repercussion, because they're on the line of duty. So I think we need to do better in the hiring of a lot of these people. I think it should be a longer process of training, especially on social. When you're dealing with the public, and so, you know, you have to have more training to better understand. That's my thought. And like me or hate me, really don't care. But I think we truly need our police to be more human than anything else, you know. It's a lot of work we have to do as a whole, as human, as people. And every time this talk get to be around, you have a whole lot of group of people that feels threatened by it. But why do you feel threatened if you are pro-life? Why do you feel like your rights is being taken away if you are pro-life? But let me guess it. You know, you only pro-life of one type of skin color, which is the white color, because majority of y'all is the one that have problem with this situation. Why do we have so much problem? Only thing blacks want at this point and ever wanted is a fair choice and fairness in this life. We want to be treated as equal as the other. And it's sad because it seems to be a hard thing to ask. It's very hard that we've only asked to be treated fairly, equally. And then that seems to be such a hard thing to do. Why? Why and why? I'm Pratt, y'all. This is my final thought on this.